What's going on, guys? It's Jeff for MadHattersReef.com, and today we're taking a look at the IceCap 3K Gyre Flow Pump. Now, this is the first time that I've ever been able to look at a gyre style pump, and IceCap, brand new to the market, 3K. Looking forward to what it can do and offer my tank. Now, this pump is rated from 25 gallons to 100 plus gallons, and I'm going to be putting it on the 220 gallon aquarium just to put it to the test and see what it actually can do. Now, when you open up the box, you're first going to see the user's manual, and underneath that is the Gyre Flow Pump system. And the first thing that I grabbed out of the box was the protective sleeves that go over the flow cages. And really the thought behind that is to keep small critters out of your pumps as well as debris. Next up, I grabbed the control unit for the Gyre Flow Pump, and it really is a well-built unit. I was surprised by the quality overall, and it really reminded me of the Vectra M1 controller, where it had the pigtails, the heat sink built into the back, and overall it really just had a really solid quality feel to it. Next up, how not to grab the gyre pump out of the box. Yep. Good for me. So these magnets are incredibly strong, and that's definitely not the way that you want to grab this out of the box, because those magnets snap together. Thankfully, nothing broke, and it was in good shape. When I first laid my hands on this pump, I was incredibly impressed with the overall quality, especially when you're talking about the price point on this pump, which is $150. To buy a controllable pump for your aquarium, $150, and the quality is definitely there. So hats off to IceCap on the quality. Definitely impressed with it straight out of the box. And last but not least, the power brick. We've seen them time and time again. So after you get everything out of the box, this is what you're left with. You have the power brick, you have the gyre pump, you also have the controller, and you have some protective sleeves that go over the flow cages. And now that we have it out of the box, let's get it into the tank. And there's a number of different ways that you can put this into the tank. You can have it linear. You can have it in the back vertical. There's a lot of different setups, and I encourage you guys to do a little bit more research to see what's going to work for you. And I want to put this puppy to the test. So what I'm doing is I'm putting it right in the front on the top, and I want to see the flow up close and personal. And there's a couple different flow patterns that are available with this product. And it offers a total of 5. You get constant, pulsing, gradual pulsing, random, and alternating gyre mode. But before we plug it in, we got to get that controller mounted, and it was really easy to do. The only downside is they don't give you the screws, but I guess at a smaller price point, going out and spending $1 for a couple screws isn't a horrible thing. But once you plug it in, it's going to kick on, and I got to tell you, even in a 220 gallon aquarium, this thing's got some pretty rugged flow. And when I first took the pump out of the box, I realized that it had like some type of silicone mold that holds it to the magnet. And I realize now why it's designed that way, because you can literally see the pump almost pulling itself away from the magnet. And when I switch to pulsing mode, you can actually literally see the pump digging down every time that it kicks on. One of the biggest things that I have noticed about the pump at this point is it is a bit louder than the other pumps that I have on the system. And the pumps that it's competing with is the Neptune Systems Wave and the Ecotech Marine MP40. And I also wanted to take a look at the controller. When I first laid my hands on this, I thought the big circle thing was kind of similar to the classic iPod button from back in the day, but it's actually a dial that you turn, and that's how you go through and select different features on the controller, as well as when you want to select something, you hit the blue button. The user face of the controller is really simple. I was kind of wondering what I was getting into when I first opened up the box, but after playing around with it for about 5 minutes or so, I definitely was comfortable with it, and I was impressed as to how easy and simple it was to use. So final thoughts on the IceCap 3K Gyre Flow Pump. I think it's an incredibly economical pump. You get a lot of quality for the money, and it is something that is built to last. The only drawback that I can really see about this pump is it is noticeably loud, but not to the point where I wouldn't recommend it to somebody. So if you're in the market for a pump and aren't looking to spend a lot of money, yet still looking for that quality and controllability, the IceCap 3K is definitely something you should take a look at. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. If you're new to Mad Hatter's Reef, please hit the subscribe button. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me. I'll see you guys next time right here with a brand new video.
Okay.